You know what's wrong with society, Alex? There's too much emphasis on sex. I don't care if it's sexy or not. It's going to be good. I picked Virtus.pro to win the last 2 matches they played. They lost with 9 rounds, so I said, screw them. I hate Virtus.pro. I'm not predicting them. I went with Fnatic, so now Virtus.pro is going to win.
That's what I think.
Yep,
that's probably going to happen here. To be fair, it's going to be a really close one. It's really difficult to predict, as Alex just said. Going into Inferno as well, it's pretty untested waters right now. We'll go into it. Virtus.pro are very good in this map, especially on the CT side, but Fnatic, you never know. They always were famously very, very good in Inferno. Their play style kind of suits the way it's supposed to be played in terms of getting slow map control. Don't need a ton of execution going forward. It's about just good CS and trading effectively. So it's going to be a good one, I think. It's obviously been a rough tournament for Virtus.pro so far. This is not the team we're used to seeing, like 16-2 and 16-5. They haven't even turned up yet.
Bially's playing a lot of Battlegrounds.
Have you been seeing that?
I saw them play a lot of Battlegrounds.
Okay.
So...
Is that like from you've been walking past and sitting playing instead of boot camping? That's what they've been doing. Interesting. Bialy hasn't really arrived at the tournament whatsoever. Same story for Snacks. Like he hasn't been like bad, but he hasn't been godlike. He hasn't been able to. They haven't been able to use him as a crutch at this point. And so at this point, you never know with Virtus.pro. They could have this kind of rough start to a tournament and then just come back and be lights out today. So that's always the underlying factor with them, right?
It's true indeed. Well, hopefully everything goes well, because we have no in-game computer, no internet to communicate, and no talkback to tell production either. We are isolated on this plinth, this pedestal.
It's the first day of the stadium, I guess. Well, the theatre, I should say. And so we don't have as much intel as we normally would, but you know what? Maybe that adds to the excitement, a bit of mystery to the proceedings.
Yeah, it certainly does. Takes you back to 1997.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Fnatic, though, I think, are going to be all right on this map. I really do. We saw Virtus.pro, though, win the knife and therefore start out on CT. We'll get underway right now. Taz will carry 1 kit. There'll be a smoke for Bialy, so likely trying to hold off a choke point. I would have expected him to be over toward B, but he's actually at the archway. Damage dealt both directions. JW goes down to 61. Passes trying to go back out and find headshots. He's got to be careful. Ooh, I was going to say careful not to get a reload when they push through the smoke, but he manages to get Dennis anyway.
Yeah, nice start there from Pasha. Finds that headshot through the smoke, and Dennis, that's a nice scout to take down. One of the best pistol players in the world. 5-on-4 for Virtus.pro. We do have the Superman buy for Olofmeister, so he has to step up here. Virtus.pro will be falling back to the crossfire setup at this point. We'll obviously talk about this a lot, getting passive towards the pit and the bomb site. Snacks chiming in to find Crims.
Blusha gets the shot to Bialy, back over to the archway. We'll give them still 1 to work with on the VP side. Pasha will wait at Cubby. Not the best position, but in pistol it'll work because there's no utility to flush people out of it. He's got to go aggressive on the peak. They now know he's there. They can focus him down, but that'll cue his teammate to walk back up the lane, and it's Olaf to get the shot on Tech9. Not surprising that they've got a Tech9 on the Superman buy. Flusha as well, though, is going to get Snacks with the bomb plant, and it suddenly turns to be Fnatic's favor. And Flusha's going to smoke off toward Library. Both Virtus.pro players want to push through the same direction. Just trying to do what he can. Needs to make sure he doesn't take too much damage. JW's already on 24, so there's no need to have 2 people bleeding out. There you go. That's why. Waits for it. Goes for the burst. Whatever. Doesn't matter. JW's got the kill.
Pretty much as I described coming into this one, the fact that Fnatic just played good Counter-Strike, taking map control to start, default formation, seeing what kind of aggression comes in. They lose that first frag, wait for the smoke to go down, get mid control, find some kills towards that arch side position, and then they're saving their smoke for when the bomb goes down on the A bomb side, throwing it towards Library. Very difficult to retake at that point. Olofmeister doing a good job with the Tech9 as well, and it will be 1-0 in their favor. So you'd assume Virtus.pro now will be force buying in the second round. Pash has picked up the scout as well. Where's he heading towards? He's top of middle. Makes a lot of sense. And his teammates, here comes the airstrike towards Banana, and you can see Fnatic. It's such a risk at the start of the round to go in that position, especially against these sort of rounds. You want to be holding up, not necessarily entering the choke points until you've waited about 40 seconds to see if those kind of initial grenades come in. They avoid the initial damage. It's going to be Olofmeister. He's down at 86, but they will go for some Banana control at this point. Another smoke comes in from Virtus.pro. And this is perfect for Fnatic at this point.
That's from Taz, by the way, that smoke.
Oh, was it really?
Yes.
At the top? You saw a blue trail behind it.
Yeah, he threw it from CT and then rotated back over to A, so they've got more utility onto Banana that way.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
And he actually threw it even deeper than shallower in terms of where it was in Banana, but closer to CT spawn for his perspective, I guess. So he could get back on the rotation faster. He bounced it off the roof above the B sign right now. They will still round the corner at Sandbags, though. Another smoke to go down. Now, that isolates the weapon. They're going to try and run in for it. Bialy gets sprayed because of it. And Olaf is wise to the fact that they desperately want that weapon. But Bialy has got the UMP to work with now. Still trying to push. He's isolated himself again, and Sandbags tries to get the kill. Baits back in Neo, but he gets traded back, doing economic damage. They've got Dennis and JW low enough, in fact, that The Scout's lethal, but Taz on the CZ, they just talked about that on the desk, could potentially pick up some favorable kills. Bomb timer on the right, Scout on the left. Q in to JW. Dennis gets away with one as he's on 11.
Yeah, that should be it now. That smoke secures it as Crims is holding towards Banana. It got a bit dicey there for Virtus.pro, for Fnatic, I should say. Pasha with the Scout hits one. The no-scope on the Scout can be very accurate indeed. And the low HP player towards Ruins could have been taken down, and then we could have a very dangerous situation for Fnatic overall. But Virtus.pro,
No, oh, press E to Taz.
you got to save those chickens, right?
Why would you?
Yeah, well, Taz will bow out of this round. He didn't have armor, but he has got the CZ, hoping to maybe get some exit kills. Most teams will exit through Banana, but that's not going to be happening. They're going through CT spawn. So, like you said, economic damage done towards Fnatic at that point, but Virtus.pro do not pick up the round. They'll be on full eco going to the next one. And there it is, 2-0. So, Fnatic can just bring more of the same to round number 3 here. Don't have to work too hard. Wait for the initial grenades coming in, the aggression from the CTs. They could possibly nade down middle this time. They've got a CZ on Taz. They'll probably balance it out with some PT50s as well. Here's a little replay. Dennis coming in. Nice little jump shot, why not? What are we clapping for?
No idea. People doing things and saying things in languages to crowds that don't understand me anyway, Henry.
It's true.
Nice Molotov flusher.
Oh, it's a nice little banana stack here from Virtus.pro. You can see 5 players towards the B side of the map here. Neo by Sandbags as well. Molotov's coming in. They're just trying to pounce. They have one flashbang. That'll be coming in momentarily. As soon as they think they're at the top, and it could very well be right now. There's a massive HE grenade coming in, though, doing a lot of damage there.
Henry, I forgot to do my dry cleaning. My shirt smells like cabbage.
A cabbage. Nice.
I have no idea why.
Flash will be coming momentarily, but it's only going to be Flusher and his teammate there, Olaf Meister, waiting for it. Should be
Good way to check bags, actually, is to boost over that. That's what they did. Off with 2. UMP kills at that from a range. It's going to be Flusher trying to add to his bank account next on the Mac 10. But they know they're... Ooh.
Hello.
Good shot from Taz. Guns grabbed. I was going to say they know they're over toward B, so take the bomb toward A, which is exactly what they will do. But this is still, I guess, the one problem with it. There's no armor, but still a 3 versus 2.
If they can get a couple of kills, these SMGs obviously $600 a piece. That's going to help out a lot going forward. The force buy in the second round always limits the CTs here. This is obviously a guaranteed 3-0 for Fnatic at this point. Whether they save the Mac 10 and UMP is yet to be seen. I don't think the Mac 10 is going to be viable going forward, obviously. Where's Snack's going to be? He's in towards Arch. See if he can find anything, maybe some hunting tees to get him down. Like we said, 1 kill from that weapon would be fantastic for him.
Taz is going to save the UMP, though.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's obviously a weapon that's actually workable going into that first gun round. Mac 10, not so much.
This is like... If they save 2 SMGs, does that make it a reverse bonus round? Does that mean if they go into the first gun round with SMGs, even though they lost pistol?
Well, that's gone now.
All right, listen. It was just theory
It was a nice
Sorry, that's copyrighted. It was theorying.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. 3-0, though, for Fnatic here on the T side. We will go into the first gun round here. And I'm assuming we have a couple of SMGs for Fnatic. They lost a couple of kills there at that point, so maybe not. Fnatic now... They know the CTs are going to be weak in terms of the bar, like we said. Force buy on the second round of CTs means you're going to be limited. You might not necessarily have the AWP unless you find a few of those SMG kills. And you might not have incendiaries as well. So maybe a fast strategy coming in from Fnatic. More of the same. Let's see what they do. So, oh, wow. So 2 SMGs for Virtus.pro. This is not ideal.
You were wowing at the way the flower pot rolled.
No. I'm looking at the buy. Like the fact
calm
that they've opted for more utility, which is one thing about Virtus.pro I will say on this map, especially throughout the history of CSGO. They've always been very good at saving their grenades and locking teams out at the right time. But this is a strange strategy. 4 players towards apartment straight away. This is going to be very quickly indeed. 1 flash, and then it's going to burst out, I think.
Taz toward the pits. We'll wait to see who enters in first. Flashes out. Triple. Ooh, baby, a triple. Flashes, that is. Bialy's going to take Flusha back, though, at quad. This will push Fnatic back down already toward the mid position. No banana aggression either, which means, although he's changed his mind, Neo could have gone very low toward the tree. He's going to stay toward barrels instead.
So the reason Fnatic are trying to do that, as I've described before in previous games, a lot of teams are sending 3 players towards banana at the start of the round. So if you go towards apartments at the start with 4 players like that, 1 flash out, you could find 2 towards A. I think they detected a lot more presence than they anticipated there and thought, okay, let's fall back. Flusher was going up towards quad, he went down. Now it's up to Dennis to try and find the refrag here towards the quad side.
Oh, careful. Bialy's got, oh, okay. Gone into the smoke. Surely they had to know Dennis was in the quad, but he positioned himself, I guess, just enough that Bialy couldn't see him behind the pole. And the dance was successful. He'll find the kill in the sights. However, Virtus.pro do respond by Pasha, slipping out from the arch side, getting up toward Cubby. And he's going to follow that up by taking Crims. Watch the wraparound. Look at Pasha go. Pasha's got 3 kills, and it might be enough to find them the first gun round because JW's low and Snacks will find that kill. It goes 3-1.
Yeah, big round there from Virtus.pro, stepping up in a big round. That would have been the 5-0 coming in. Those first gun rounds for the CTs are always a little bit tricky. And like I said, fnatic trying to send 4 towards apartments, 1 flash in, trying to keep things simple. Surprise. Virtus.pro on the other side. I think they got a bit apprehensive at that point, though. Flusher got some quad control. I think he was pretty much committed at that point. He needed backup. The fact he went down, they didn't commit, almost threw it around away at that point already. I think once he's already made it up towards middle and he's at the quad side, let's go with the flashes and try and get the trade. The fact they fell back and second-guessed himself maybe would cost them that round. But here we go, 3-1. Still have enough for a buy. We flash it down to just a UMP here. And this is more of a standard round. Now Virtus.pro have the Molotovs to work with, using those at the bottom of the round at the start to stop the rush. And you can see it's quite limiting for fnatic. They do have smokes, but not all of its utility they need to a full execution here. Olaf Meister flashing up. And VP were trying to challenge at that point, but the flash did get them.
It did. It got both, though. Olaf had to back off. Couldn't get the peek to see if they were there. That time he will! Oh, look at Olaf! Double headshot! Down Neo, down Snacks. Hello, B. It's open for now. It's a rotation, however, from Pasha.
Yeah, that was really nice from Olaf. He was great on day one. A little bit quiet yesterday, but that's an amazing way to crack open the B side.
Yapping the smoke does mean Pasha knows one's already crossed. However, gets a little bit, I don't know the word, confident, I guess, zealous to try and walk into the smoke. Gets caught off as a result. Ambitious, I think, is a better word for it.
Yeah.
Optimistic. There's many that fit.
Wow, that's a clean round for fnatic. Virtus.pro trying to challenge all that car position, and Olaf Meister strikes and finds 2 crisp headshots there. That's round done. There's no real tactical element to that one. He's just facing and waiting for Virtus.pro to maybe get aggressive at that point, and he just nails the shots, and that's round over. As soon as the smoke goes on city spawn, Virtus.pro have no choice but to save their weapons. One player challenge, try to see if he can get a retake frag, but it wasn't possible. Now it's up to Bialy and Taz to save their weapons. That's actually quite a harsh reset. They did have a clean round before that, so if they can save these 2 weapons, there's definitely a buy available. But Taz low HP, and Bialy trying to hold up to the pit here. They are going to be hunted down, and why not? They know if they do find these guns, it's going to be very beneficial to fnatic going forward.
I think Bialy might just, do enough to survive. Oh, where's the drop down? GW doesn't get aggressive, so I think just Bialy survived in that.
So I got to see them.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
On. I was going to say, I got to see the money for about 1 second there. It looked about 3K per player, 1 M4 saved. I think, as Doran said going into this game, these guys will never give in terms of they've got enough for a buy, they've got enough for 1 M4, some shotguns, pistols, they're going to take it. They don't want to allow the opposition to accumulate and their economy get to a strong position. So I think a force buy is going to be very likely at this point.
Super sick from Olaf to get those 2 headshots. I was going to say, it's interesting to see the anticipation that some players have in certain positions. JW, when he walked out to his left at the doorway, had his crosshair super high, and the reason is he's expecting someone to stand on the railing of the balcony, not down below. And it's just that little bit of forethought. I know it seems obvious to maybe some of the better players watching, but if you're newer, you kind of it's being proactive with your thought on how you're going to enter. Not just saying, there'd be a guy out there. Okay, where's the guy out there? It's the small detail.
Big round now for Virtus.pro. This could cost them a double eco going forward. They have got the shotguns, the FAMAS, and 1 UMP as well. And we said they're very good at utilizing the grenades. They don't really have those to work with. They have 1 smoke towards Banana, that's gone now. They have a couple of incendiaries left over and 1 flashbang. That's about it. A couple of kits as well, and you can see them actively trying to find frags at the start of the round. They're up against the ropes right now economically. They need to find something to give them an advantage here, and Neo knows that. And he's trying to look towards T-steps. Hasn't found anything just yet, but looks like an A-sided commitment coming in for fnatic. The bomb still is down towards second middle, so just looking for a pick. And like we said, this is classic fnatic right now.
Bialy to bait Pasha in. 4-man stack to, wow, okay. 3 on A and 4 leading that way if you want to give Snacks the benefit of the doubt coming through CT. He's at Archway now.
Well, they have to take a bit of a gamble here, but Pasha should be able to get a couple with a shotgun. Only gets 1. It's going to be a massacre towards the arch side, and 3 players are found for fnatic there.
Yeah, the problem was they wanted to, again, bait Pasha in, but the 2 other players went down far too quickly. If they could have at least been an annoyance and caused chaos, he could have wrapped a lot sooner and found perhaps 2 on the shotgun. So good shots, I guess, foil that plan on the first 2 kills.
Yeah, they're looking real crispy today. Dennis with 3 that round, just completely eradicates all of Virtus.pro. It's going to be Neo now. 4-1 bomb down, no kit, no nades. He probably just wants to save his M4. He's looking for some exit frags here. I would say at this point it doesn't really matter. They have to eco next round regardless. Saving the M4 is not going to be the difference maker going to the next round like it was in the previous. So we'll see whether he can do any sort of damage here. I would say Dennis probably blows his head off at this point. Oh, he gets caught out there. So Neo does get 1, gives his position away slightly. Kid on the floor. That's $400 picked up if he can get it, which he does. But Flusher trying to hunt him down, and Olaf Meister coming in the flank as well.
Elimination match between these 2 juggernauts. Virtus.pro, a very, very quiet tournament. Has to be said, I think 9 rounds over the last 2 games or something along those lines.
Less than that, I think.
16-2 and 16-5.
Yeah.
So there you go, 7 rounds over the last 2. And Fnatic, I think, are due for one. I really believe that. I think that they, at some point, you've got to expect, I don't expect them to be back to the form they used to be, at least in terms of results. But you've got to expect them to have tournaments here and there where they're going to pop up.
It's another team like GT, right? It's just a matter of time before they do find themselves once again. And they have looked promising, especially JW finding AWP form once again, actually looking like he's got his old playstyle back. And that was such a difference maker for Fnatic, having that wild card with him. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that going forward, especially on the CT side. But for now, it's round number 7, 5-1 on the T side in favor of Fnatic. And we'll see whether Neo can cause any sort of damage here. So he's going to be positioned towards the arch. There is a little bit of a stack towards the A site. Just Bialy with silenced USB towards B. If they go on that sort of area of the map, they'll be done for. But that's a good headshot to kick things off. Yeah. Then it's down to 18 HP.
Free fire pop. Don't even know if he realized he hit him. It was so quick.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Dennis will go back in through the little underpass position. Brims trying to pre-fire out toward the balcony of apartments. Will sit inside a boiler. They now know he's there. That's all fine and dandy. Snack stays back on the atrium behind the smoke. Could have walked that flower pot's close, but it's Taz to stay below and do that. Swing. Immediate headshot. Crosshair placement a little bit low. See if he gets it. When he rounds it, it's toward the neck. That won't do. Crims hits the shot quite easily on the AK. JW follows it against Snacks. And it's now just 3 remaining. Hold on, Piss. This is a kill.
Ooh. Is it?
All right. All right. Calm down, Henry. I'm good at predictions. We know that. So flush up. Ooh, okay, found Pasha in the smoke. I think he stared at him long enough. He may have had the red dot on the radar there because that was about a 2-second or 3-second period of time by which he was looking that direction. Neo, meanwhile, will be now in a 1 versus, I think it's 4. 4 indeed. JW gone.
Yeah, not really much he could do there. Neo does find 1 kill with that aforementioned M4A1S, but that's about it. Pasha's ding, like you said, should have equated to a kill there potentially, but didn't happen. There was an interesting idea coming from Virtus.pro. They had 1 boosted on towards quad. Taz right by the baller as well, trying to get baited in. And it may have been a kill at that point, but didn't quite find the headshot. And Crims, he'll find Bialy. And they'll be hunting him down. It's not really worth the chase. You know he's got a USP, that's it. But it's worth $300 if they can take him down. I wouldn't say you heavily commit to this one. And you can see them falling back. It's not really beneficial to them to even take the risk of him maybe getting a kill and getting an AK in that respect. So they'll be falling back through CT spawn. 6-1 Fnatic. This is getting a little bit scary now for Virtus.pro. After winning that first gun round, they haven't really got much going at all.
I'm not saying anything, Henry. I don't want to jinx it.
One of your predictions could come in. I'm jinxing it. I want it.
Why you got to do that, man?
I'm on the other side of the fence.
Well, I know that. You don't have to tell me about your personal life.
Not bad. It's pretty good. Warming up, I see.
Yeah, I only got out of bed about 10 minutes before this started. So.
Well, here we go. Another buy. Pasha, he's on the orb. And he has been very influential for Virtus.pro, not necessarily this event, but at other ones. And he's on the glass cannon. So that means AWP, no armor. We'll see whether he can maybe find a pick here. A lot of Orpers like to be aggressive in this map towards middle. He'll be positioned towards the quad side, and so with his teammates as well. It's going to be more aggressive play towards Banana, and grenades coming in. Snacks going under 51 HP.
People lobbing nades down Banana need to be wary of the fact that that doorway exists at the entrance
it bounces,
point.
right, a little bit.
Yeah, it bounces back. It doesn't go quite as deep. So it did do damage there just because of timing, but if you're nade stacking and you're trying to hit the stairs, let's say, and you just lob it down there and hit that door, you're not going to make it far enough. So people just need to be cautious of that lineup. It's pretty simple to avoid, but you just have to be mindful of it. Good trade, Crims. We saw him take Bialy, but then the op came back out, and Taz, he manages to, but they give up apartments in doing so because all the attention goes toward top middle, and therefore JW gets him back. They have to scoop the bomb, though. That'll buy a bit of time for the rotation.
3-man stack there. An interesting idea from Virtus.pro. It did work out to an extent, but the trade's just so effective there. Crim stepping up with 2 kills. Dennis chimes in as well, and now it's up to Neo. He finds a kill on the floor. That's important. That Molotov's not going to help him out there. The bomb not planted, but a difficult situation for him.
Finding a kit is great. He was smoked off. I think there was a smoke nade down as well among those corpses, so he could have picked up a bit more. Instead, he just walks through a smoke. No chance.
Yeah, he didn't really have much to work with there. If he has a flash, maybe he can right-click it through the smoke and maybe get that kill, but it's another harsh round there for Virtus.pro. I think they're on 4th stage loss bonus there, so $2,900 coming in. They're on 0 cash before that. The AWP was purchased with glass cannon, so this is looking real rough now. Maybe time for a pause. A chance for Cuban to step in and just work out what's going on now. To be fair, the money's kind of ran away from them a little bit with the force buys, and then after getting fully reset as well.
Looks like he's drinking his own urine out of that
bottle. That's
bottle.
a secret. That's what he does. You don't hear about that?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's got like some some unknown benefits that kind of enhance your aim. So if you're at home, give it a go.
Give it a go.
Don't do that.
If you're ever stuck in a room playing
I'm going to get a tweet saying I tried it and I'm in hospital. don't do that.
Yeah, we got to remember some people are gullible enough to believe that you were coaching.
Yeah,
IP,
right.
So
You got to be careful.
God knows what they'll drink.
Oh, the claps come in. Jolly.
The Taz sign, I think everyone liked that.
They like it. Is that worth a clap?
Sign. Hey, I think that's why they put the group stages on stage this time, is so Virtus.pro could actually play in front of this audience.
Nice, Edgy. Oh, to be fair, Gambit's gone already. That's a bit of a...
That, don't even talk to me.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shocker. This seems to happen every time at these tournaments. Like, every time you have the hometown favorites, they get knocked out quite early on.
Well, Tom Biz, I think, said he casts with Starladder regularly in regular season, etc.
Yeah.
And every time he's casted here in the stadium, the CIS team is lost. That he's casting.
You remember Navi? They didn't even make it to the stadium. He had those massive banners of them last time.
Yeah, no, it was Virtus.pro and Navi on the banner, and both teams were out
That's
in
nuts,
groups.
isn't it?
Yep. I mean, that's why the major had to go to Poland as well, because the fans didn't see them in Katowice.
Well, we had 5 HE grenades from Virtus.pro this round. They tried to throw them towards Banana again, but Fnatic, I think it'd be very rare for them to fall for that one, and especially when you're reading the economy, know they're going to be eco. That's quite a common strategy at this point. All the nades have gone for Virtus.pro. They've got P250s, a CZ, and Snacks and the Deagle. They've already lost a player in the form of Taz. So towards Banana, I assume a simple execution at this point. Smoke spawn, smoke coffins, Molotov towards New Box, and here it comes. There's the Molotov for New Box. And just trade frags. It's almost impossible to lose this round as long as you're going together.
Dennis and Olaf will lead the way through. Olaf being the point man. Didn't check oranges too. Does respond in time. Dennis will find out Bialy. And this should be straightforward. 8-1 Fnatic T side. It's looking classic Fnatic Inferno. I think they said on the desk no one's claimed this map to be their own yet. That's fair, and I think we're seeing enough different playstyles and enough decent playstyls.
I think
North's got one, Astralis has one, Fnatic
G2 is my favorite. That's what I'm getting.
You're a huge fanboy this weekend. I'm not
good,
going to lie. You are literally bandwagoning them so hard.
I know.
This event.
I'm loving it as well.
Insane.
I'm getting right on that G2 train.
All right, well, you enjoy. I hope it doesn't have brakes and ends up going downhill at a fast pace.
Wow.
But, not for their sake, but for yours.
Okay.
I think Fnatic used to be the dominant Inferno team when they were in their peak on the old Inferno. Their one kryptonite was Astralis, to be fair, but I think they could easily bring that back. The other team that I think is going to struggle to bring it back is actually SK, and it's just due to the way that they used to try and execute with so much banana control and utilize the skyboxes
the
with
craziest
the Molotovs.
executions, right? Like Molotovs absolutely everywhere. Like, it was so sick to watch, but it was like beautifully done. And it's not really as viable right now. The options aren't as there with the Molotovs and stuff. But
it's much harder to, so that you can still land oranges 1, you can still land oranges 2. You can't hit new box as well. There's a way to do
it's not
it.
fully effective.
Yeah, you can't go through the white picket fence anymore, right? You have to go in by the sandbags and hit a skybox.
JW did it in that previous round. So it lands to the left-hand side, and it doesn't cover fully. You still have a bit of cover as a CT, but you have to obviously space it a little bit.
Ooh, Pasha. And not just that, as Pasha's back on an op finally on the CT side, not just that, you have to establish a presence in Banana, which is hard enough on its own now as well. So I think SK is going to be the team that actually gets hindered the most by this new version.
Yeah, if you're allowing a T-side team to fully execute all their grenades and have all the Molotovs and smokes they need, something's gone wrong. You should be challenging to a certain extent and showing some presence, doing damage, baiting out their grenades so you can get them under control. It shouldn't be a point where they can actually do that. That's very true. But 8-1 now for Fnatic. Pasha back on the AWP. No one really stepping up Virtus.pro whatsoever so far. And it will be 4 players once again towards the A site. We have got Neo alone at that car position, and Olaf Meister hitting some 6 shots so far. Looking to find another one as he edges up towards Arch.
Good flash out. Snacks did spot Olaf, but he makes it into the corner before he can respond with aim. Instead, it's Pasha. Down he goes, though. Good trade. Olaf again, the one to find the frag. Careful, though, Olaf. They nade through looking for the residue on cross, but that means he bypasses a player that does damage, and Bialy and Snacks will converge to finally give Virtus.pro a lead in a round. And a 3-on-2, it's not like it even is the best lead because they leave B open, and Bomb's heading back that direction.
Fully opens. This has to be a retake with no nades now from Virtus.pro. And JW, the AWP, like we said, amazing form right now. So potentially this could fall apart for Virtus.pro. This is actually advantage Fnatic almost. We'll see whether JW can get anything rolling here. Flush has got time to adjust into a decent position as well. No nades. That's the headline here for Virtus.pro. Comes down to this raw firepower here. And do they have what it takes to make this retake a possibility? 2
kits, however. So if they find the first pick, they can get under the fuse quick enough. They did not find the first pick. Flusha got it instead. Dinked, though. 2:15 as Snacks continues to try and work in from Coffin. CW hits him. Taz walks into the open. And a B site left open results in a 9th round for Fnatic.
They didn't even commit to the full wrap or anything like that. Virtus.pro got the picks back in return, and they're leaving the B site fully open.
Is that a case of overreading it because they're desperate to
well,
find
the
a
thing
round?
is, like, they have the man advantage, so it's not the end of the world. The problem is there. They have no smokes. If he has one smoke, right, he can smoke us towards Banana, and then they can isolate the player in the back right, and that's fine. They already got the information of 2-on-2. That probably would be a round victory. The fact they had no nades left over, that was a big problem. That's why you probably need to have the gamble of having one player over towards that side of the map. And it falls apart once again, 9-1. This is turning to another stomping for Virtus.pro. They've lost 16-2, 16-5, and at the moment, there's potential for another very similar scoreline going forward. It's round number 11. Another eco here for Virtus.pro. CZs, 4 of them, and a P250. Taz has got body armor, but Fnatic will be well aware of this. After establishing maximum loss bonus, $3,400 on the CD side is not enough to buy. So getting the Orbs last round, they have to full eco here. They're going for some more Banana presence. It will be Bialy and Neo. But this is looking rough. Double digits almost guaranteed at this point.
And the thing is, I sound like I'm harping on it and being hard to Virtus.pro, and I know Taz has called us out in private in the past about the fact that casters are hard on them. Why are they not given the credit they deserve? They feel they're some of the best in the world.
Which they are.
There's no question. I think it's because, to me, they just don't seem hungry. They won Vegas, and then everything just subsides. It sits back. Good Molotovs in to read the fact that they're aggressive. Dennis will cut that off. Just pistols. So I'm going to finish my point. It seems like they're resting on their laurels a little bit. They win Vegas. Taz gets the new car. Everything's great. Everything's exciting. But then I don't see the drive and determination. They go out at 2 straight events after that.
Yeah.
Katowice, and I'm assuming they go out here. They could still come back in this. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
But it's not even like I'm seeing desperation in it. You know what I mean? It's just, that's it. They didn't show up.
Yeah.
All right, move on. Well, I want to believe they're one of the best in the world. There's no question the skill's there, but I need to see more from them.
Yeah, he gave me a bit of an earful in Vegas. It was hard to argue with him at that point after this win the tournament, right? And it's like, okay, fair enough. Like, well, obviously, when you have events like this is what we're going back to. This is the point I make to him is like, yes, you can be world-class and amazing and win massive tournaments. When you turn up like with performances like this, it's difficult not to call you inconsistent and the Virtus.pro that could always turn up. And that's why he probably thinks like people don't respect the team necessarily.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean, put it this way, Taz and I, from the very start of me being a caster, Taz was one of the most supportive people toward me when I was still new in North America. He and Get Right. And I used to hang out with Taz at events all the time, and I talked to him about stuff. Look, trust me, I want to cheer for this guy, but it's hard with stuff when events like this happen.
But like you said, it might sound crazy, but it's still early days. They can get 10-5 here on the CT side. Now the double AWP setup comes in, a very interesting setup. One I suggested wasn't viable at the start of this map. Seems to be coming in more and more. It means you can have one aggressive AWP towards the A side, trying to find picks, and one holding the angles towards the B side of the map. And that's actually going to be happening right now. Snacks towards B, but a big nade comes in, and Crims finds a kill as well. Bad to worse for Virtus.pro.
Blushit was a little bit hesitant to put a smoke down inside of that Molotov, so it left him on 25 in Banana. Crims will go back to the second balcony now that you can use to try and look through the window at Boiler.
That's a real nice little angle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's very easy to pre-fire, but you have to be aware of it. Again, it's one of those things you just have to be mindful of.
The reason he's doing that, right, is because Fnatic have found that opening pick. They have a minute to work with. CTs, by their very nature, have to find reactive picks at this point. So he's hoping a player comes in towards Boiler,
and
maybe
Taz
pushes
might.
the perhaps. Yeah, exactly. This is so perfect. That's what I'm talking about. The timing, no!
But he calls it. At least he calls it. At least he knows he's... Oh, but still Dennis can't find the kill. Good response from JW. Yeah, you're right. Timing now actually is a factor because they lost one because of it. It could have been a 5 versus 3.
1 second, that's so typical in CSGO, right? You watch an angle for like 30 seconds, the moment you flick away, he walks past. They still have the man advantage, right? But in terms of the Virtus.pro situation, double AWPs, and now this isn't looking so promising. If they get in towards B, where Neo's just by himself, if he goes down without a frag, they have to save the AWPs. They have no kits, and they get smoked out of spawn that you can't really retake the side. But JW should be taken down at this point unless he flashes very effectively. The smoke might even be better, but faces before it can bloom.
Neo waited at Coffins to let them let them enter. I thought maybe if he stayed that patient, he could swing out and they'd think he wasn't there. But
he had the footsteps, right? So he tries to jump up and get the players towards that well position, but unfortunately for him, another player towards Banana jumps up, takes him down, and this is the situation I'm talking about. They have to save the AWPs, Matt. There's no other option. You can't retake without kits and double AWPs. And this is why I suggested this setup is so difficult to run. G2 do a very good job of it because they've got Kenny S and Shox who are just lights out form right now, and it's difficult to a team who's not in amazing form to make this setup work. If you lose the B site and you've got AWPs trying to retake, that's just not viable. You're going to have smoked out, you won't be able to get picks, and you're going to have very close range situations. But yeah, this is looking grim. 11-1.
Wow. What do you do if you're Virtus.pro at this point?
Olaf's gone
Olaf
down.
just says, whatever.
A captain solemnly going down with the ship. Yeah.
Oh, captain, my captain.
Yeah. Wow, Cuban Doesn't look impressed. They have got 3 pauses to use. They've only used 1 so far, I think. So at this point, though, you've saved 2 AWPs. What's the play? You're going to have to force around them. At this point in the game, you're going to have to. His maximum loss finish at $3,400, so they can drop UMPs or M4s with those AWPs. And someone needs to start going wild now. You have got the buy here. So Pasha and Snacks. I think Snacks has to go more aggressive at this point. Flash over and maybe try and make a pick happen. Yeah, he's going to flash over and see what he can do. Has to find a pick.
Smoke down. Molotov'd off. Has to hold the tight angle. Pick won't work. Do they go for the boost now that they've Molotov back? Oh, that airstrike. They all went on the inside of bags. If those went around, Neo's dead.
Yeah.
That's a bit lucky, actually, that Fnatic just didn't have the lineup right. Good read from Snacks, but can't find the shot on the boost. He's trying for the spam down through the wall because he knows they're likely to retreat, having not found it. That gives Olaf a chance to get in and spray back. It does minor damage. Snacks is very, very desperate to make this work. Trying again.
He has to. It's 11-1. No one's fragging at all. I think Taz finds a frag every now and then, but every situation's just falling apart, and it will be actually focusing towards Banana still. Olaf are trying to find control of it. He will be joined by a teammate as well. Boost up towards the wall position. Like you said, great for checking sandbags this spot. It's actually very good, and now they have got control swing towards spawn. I would suggest this might be a fake at this point. The missed smoke, that's a problem. That shouldn't be missing at this level. That's very basic smoke.
Well, Virtus.pro needs to take advantage of it. Snacks is going to try and position himself accordingly. Excuse me. Pasha does get one over toward A. Should funnel them to B. No one directly in the site, though. They both backed off with Neo on the boost. He's going to try and let them in. Knows they're gone by, waiting for a flash. None gets there. Gives him the aim. A lot of ammo used on the first kill, so he has to drop off immediately. But this gives Snacks a chance to walk in and finally gives something for the fans to cheer about as he hits 2 in 1 bullet.
Yes, finally we get something going there. To be fair, a bit of a fumble from Fnatic overall. Wasn't the best execution. We talk about them not really having those set pieces to work with. That missed smoke was huge. They walked in. It's like, okay, now we have to stop. We can't actually surprise them at this point. We have to stop, throw the smoke, and they do still run past. But Neo, like you said, is a bit clumsy, but he does get 1 kill. And Snacks, we said he had to step up. He gets the double frag, the collateral. That works very nicely. They managed to keep 3 players alive. Need to win this round, goes without saying at this point. It's 11-2, but if they lose it, they're going to have no money for the last one. So double AWP set up back out, Pasha and Snacks, and Pasha this time towards the apartments. He did take down Crimson the previous round. Can he replicate that once again?
So nades over the half wall. Bounce again toward the bags. I think once more they miss, though, because Neo's there, and he goes down to a mere 93, so they don't have that angle right. You've got to go a little deeper.
That's the AWP dead already. JW just straight up faces him with the AK and out-duels him. Good night, Pasha.
Yep. I think that's where he found the last pick last time. We didn't see it. It was off camera. It was either there or at quad. I couldn't tell by where the X's showed up on the mini-map.
Brutal.
But Fnatic, again, are going to enter through, and this will be a reset for Virtus.pro. They did save the double up 2 rounds ago, and last round they kept a good number alive, so they shouldn't be too sore. Going into round 15, they'll buy everything they can anyway. But they should have something to work with. That's a good shot, Flusha. Just shoulder peeking and pre-firing it. Snacks just goes down.
This is just classic Fnatic, though. Everyone's just hitting really impressive shots right now. There's nothing really that tactical about that round. That's a default. JW facing towards the apartments, takes down Pasha, and he capitalizes. He's saying, okay, we know they've probably got 3 towards Banana at start, or at least light presence at the A side now. AWP's gone down. I'm just going to make my way out there. He backs up his teammate. He's got towards quad as well. Nails another impressive shot on the side. Game over at that point.
And this is what I said. I think Fnatic, I don't think we're going to see consistent, huge results from them all the time. But I think they were due for one. And this is looking like classic Fnatic, like you're saying. Yeah. No strategic element to it, more just straight up skill, using utility to favor them.
Defaults, no fear, and finding the shots. Once again, in their zone, exactly. That's what they need, right?
And when I say favor them in utility, I mean exactly like Molotov. Push them out so that they can line up the shots. It's pretty straightforward. And G2 rising to the occasion in this event, Fnatic getting back to this kind of form, it puts pressure on teams like SK and Astralis to show us, all right, it's great that everything was competitive, but were you in a situation where we weren't at our best? If these other teams arrive, are you still the top? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
This is great if they can start to add to the top 4 teams that we talk about being in the league of their own right now.
Well, for now, it's round number 15, 12-2. We have 3 pistols, a shotgun, and UMP. It looks very likely to be 13 rounds for Fnatic, but we've seen Virtus.pro do much more with a lot less. We'll see whether they can step up here.
Could add phase into those 2 teams I just mentioned as well.
Yeah,
teams
absolutely.
That have improved.
Yeah.
Dennis, watch left side. Passive approach from Virtus.pro. Pasha's looking to be baited in once more on that shotgun. Dennis took a bullet from Flusha there. That's all right. Merely a flesh wound. He goes down to 91. JW starts it off again, though, walking out from the apartments. The shot snacks down. Pasha as well. Sprayed through. Dennis hit both. And it's rapidly excuse me, Arch. Take that back to pit position. Taz had a good little angle. See above the back of the cart, the hay bale. Only gives him one, and it's just Neo remaining. Has to go for it, so we might as well see something fancy in a 1 versus 4. I doubt he'll find anything at all. Switches to a Deagle rather than the P250. Olaf does miss a shot, but they know he's there. They'll bring Flush over on the AK. And this looks 13-2.
It is indeed. That is not good news for Virtus.pro. Another battering there in the first half. If you are just joining us and wondering what the hell's going on, Virtus.pro being very quiet this tournament, 16-2, 16-5, and this is looking like it's going to go in very similar fashion going forward. Fnatic, in terms of the tactical game, stuck to their guns, defaults, hitting the shots. Olaf Meister kicked it off with an amazing reply after losing the first gun round, completely just running over them with crisp AK shots. Same story for JW as well, and 32 on the T side. That's pretty much GG at this point, but if they win the pistol, you never know. We'll take a quick break and find out whether they can come back.
All right, we are back. We are ready. But is Virtus.pro ready? Because they've got the biggest uphill climb they could possibly have. Now, Virtus.pro's done comebacks like this in the past. North, Major, obviously
Cobblestone, not Inferno.
But that was,
I would say North, yeah, Fnatic in a lead like this, the way they're playing, I would say North's less experienced.
They started on the CT side.
Yeah.
If this was on T side, I might be thinking, okay, it's recoverable. You're going over to CT now. If you win the pistol, you can park the bus as well. But I'm not so sure.
I think if there's one team that could do it, it is Virtus.pro.
Sure.
But I'm not convinced by anything I've seen in this whole tournament, not just this game. If it was this game isolated, I would say, okay, forget that half, come back into it. It's a whole tournament that it's been like this.
Well,
that's a little different.
Let's get past this first obstacle first, the pistol. Dennis, Silence USP, Olaf Meister, nothing to lose. Just pushing towards apartments there, gets a lot of information, so it's nothing towards second mid, but there are players there who are hiding a little bit there. So he'll get nothing for that push and maybe calling for rotations at this point. We'll see what happens. And there's a bit of aggression towards Banana as well. JW looking for this first frag. There's one player in T-spawn, which is Pasha. Does he decide to face?
So again, the cubby position's going to be used on the CT side in the pistol round, knowing that they can't really push it out with utility. Crims will get boosted now as well. Or rather, boost up, excuse me. Dennis, he fires in. 3 around the corner. Dennis has to hit. Does. We know he's good on pistols. Gets only the 1, however. But Crims follows that up, and he'll play efficiently. Run back towards CT spawn, try and bait them in. And that brings Flusha back through Library to find the shot on B alley. JW has gone down, though. Look at the position. CT's bottom mid. They don't know it. Neo takes the bomb back that direction, thinking his teammate's in B. Now he's actually isolated just because of Olaf's position.
He gets 1 kill. That's with the bomb as well, so he'll be falling back. It's now a 2-on-2. Crims has got the kit. Neo's not necessarily low, he's got 50. Plenty of time to get the bomb down. Pasha's got the site ready from rating for it.
That was actually pretty smart from Neo, because as soon as he saw Olaf, he started running to the A site, and Olaf said, okay, I saw the bomb. He chases, and then Neo turned to catch him off, and then opened up the pathway to B again to get to his teammate. So now bomb down, they actually have a decent chance in this. Crims does have a kit. However, I'd almost rather the kit to be picked up with someone who already has armor at this point in the round instead of the player who doesn't have armor trying to clutch as well. Flusha starts it. Neo takes him with ease as well. Walks out. 3 kills now for Neo. And Crims will walk in from Banana again without the armor to try and make this work. Going with more speed. Has to. Urgency needs to be a factor. Spots where both are, but neither will peak. And he's going to have a tough time winning this. In fact, bomb. Oh, hang on. Hang on. He's got the kit. Does Crims have the time?
Yeah,
he does.
He's got it.
He's on it. He's absolutely done it. That's incredible. That he's the one with the kit. 3 kills. Clutch back, and that might be the game.
Good night, Virtus.pro. That was unbelievable from Crims. It looked like Neo had done absolutely everything at that point, but they overlooked the banana position. Crims forced his way. They looked at that point, he's just trying to get, okay, I'll get 1 kill, $300 in. But the player from the Ruins not playing for the bomb at that point, he's playing for the frag. The bomb was ticking away. You have no reason to face, really. Like, you're trying to back your teammate up, sure, but let him get to the bomb, waste as much time as he possibly can. That player in new boxes should be dancing around, not facing, using the sound cues to not take anything away there. And that's got to be it at this point. Virtus.pro had that round tied up after they lost the first couple of frags.
That just sums up everything.
Yeah, Neo, like, he's got to be gutted that one. He found 3 kills. He pretty much won it single-handedly. He tries to back up his teammate, and that's actually to their downfall. And 14-2, Crims, what a round.
That's just sick. It makes you sick, and it's sick. That's both sides of it.
Yeah, heartbreaking for Virtus.pro, but just what a phenomenal play. Crims known to be that amazing clutcher, so smart in those situations, but just stepped up, a brutal aim at that point. So obviously a force by Virtus.pro. They can't afford to lose any more rounds here. Tech 9s and Snacks with the AK-47 gets 1. He's been dropped that. He's got the head armor as well. And he will be boosted up. That's a bit of an oversight considering he has low HP. But, and okay, Flusha finds 2. Why not?
I think the writing's on the wall for this one. Na'Vi makes it through in 3 straight games. Virtus.pro might be bowing out in 4. Taz looking to try and find Dennis. Can't quite do it. Dennis is going to walk in, hear his footsteps, and it's map point already for Fnatic.
Oh, what a rough ride for Virtus.pro. They force one in that round as well. So if you get kills, you obviously get the bomb down as well. You're going to have reasonable money. The players that got kills can drop an AK over to someone who buys armor. So Snacks, he's gifted the AK, gets the first frag. They go for the boost, and he's got low HP. I think fall back at that point and see what the reaction is. We've discussed so much in this game. The fact he gets boosted up with low HP, Flush is loving that. It's like the fact he's got low HP, a couple of bullets from the UMP at that stage. Takes down the player that boosted him as well. Has to be another buy here. Match point so early on in this one. This will be good buy to Virtus.pro as well. 16-2, 16-5, and potentially another 16-2 as Crims looks towards second mid. That's a bit of damage there, but takes a nade to the face. He goes down to 67 HP. Just
these score lines are like what we expect from an Asian team first time in Europe coming over and getting wrecked. They did better than that. This is abysmal. Try and get the shotgun inside of apartments. Olaf manages 1. Bialy gets him back through the smoke. All good and well. It's just a 1-man deficit for them, believe it or not. They've got armor. Pistols could do something. We'll see. Keep them alive. 9 rounds thus far over the last 3 maps. And I can't see the kill totals right now because we're not in game, but I know Bialy, I think, only had 9 kills himself over the last 2. So Taz will at least get Crims back. The shotgun picked up from Olaf from range. Nearly gets Dennis with the Tech 9. That was their last hope. Bialy is it. And I think if you are in the stands or watching online, say goodbye to Virtus.pro for a little bit. Say goodbye for a while, perhaps till the next event. In fact, that's true. They're gone. Fnatic move on. 16-2. This event might be the worst, I'm going to say, that we've ever seen from Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
On land, for sure.
What a disparity between their recent events as well. This is, I guess Katowice was poor for them as well, but going from Vegas to Katowice and now to this, it's such a classic story of them, isn't it? Massive highs and such crazy lows as well. This has definitely been one of the worst tournaments in recent memory. Looked quite easy for Fnatic. Didn't really have to break a sweat there. Like we said, didn't have to work too hard in terms of the strategy. Very good shots overall. They're looking in incredibly good form right now in terms of the AK. Christmas on the T side, just blowing everyone's head off, and you have to kind of give it to them. They look very good, and Virtus.pro just never really arrived.
I think it's a case of both. I think as good as Fnatic was, I think it's emphasized by the fact that Virtus.pro was very lackluster.
Yeah.
However, when Fnatic gets that kind of confidence, and when they all start rolling, like look at Flusher, doesn't have to say anything, just walks out, little smirk on his face.
Yeah.
Olaf, confident, walking around, chin held high in the player area. This is when they get scary. When they just get confident and don't have to say anything, don't have to do anything, that's Fnatic's best. And they've looked that way to me just in body language throughout the weekend. So I think they're a threat. I think they really are. They have one more game before they're through to the playoffs. This puts them on level foot. They'll play later on today. But 16-2, Virtus.pro, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be many things set on the desk, and I think that's where we'll head. It's back to us. I thought we were going right away, and they came to me. They'd made the decision already, and I messed that up. But
Okay.
I think there's going to be a lot of talking points about this.
Oh, absolutely. Like, obviously, in terms of the tactics, not that much to break down, but there's going to be such a talking point as to what's going wrong with Virtus.pro at this moment. Like, what's the difference? How have we got from Vegas to Katowice to this? Like,
Well, I think that's the point. I think after Vegas, they thought, oh, we got this. It's just Astralis. Yeah, we'll beat them. That little rivalry they had. And I don't think they've worked hard. It just doesn't seem that way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're practicing every day or they're practicing too much, but it doesn't show. I don't see the desire. I don't see the hunger. Yeah, exactly, in them at all. So brutal event. Hopefully that changes moving forward. They've got to hit the reset button. They've got some time, but we're going to head back to the desk now.
Gonna set up